Hi there, Sapphire Life. Pray and hope this finds you well. And Janita and I just wanted to have a little conversation about the Covid-19 coronavirus situation. We're not fans of this plague or whatever it's called, a pandemic.
Whatever it's called, we're not fans at all.
Which I'm sure you're not either. But we do have to take it very seriously. People are dying, and the vulnerable people in our community are that much more vulnerable as a result of this. And so we have been doing our research around what we need to do as a church to respond, and what's the best thing that we need to be doing. First and foremost, we've been seeking God. Been asking the Lord, what is it that you want us to do in this situation? How do you want us to respond, Lord? And Psalm 91 was what I grew up with. I was talking to my girls today, saying how Psalm 91 really carried me through whenever I was afraid. And both Jemima and Rosie have conveyed their fear over the coronavirus. Asked me a few times, do I have the coronavirus, Dad? I said, no, I don't think you do, girls, don't worry. They don't worry. And Psalm 91, particularly the bit that stands out to me is, from verse 5, it says, do not be afraid of the terrors of the night, nor the arrow that flies in the day. Do not dread the disease that stalks in darkness, nor the disaster that strikes at midday. Though 1,000 fall at your side, though 10,000 are dying around you, these evils will not touch you. And I'm just reminded again that we need to hold on to the promises of God. We need to keep remembering that He is a God who protects us and a God who loves us, and we got to walk in faith. Having said that, we do need to be sensible. And the advice that we're receiving from the health department, from Australian Christian churches, and from Club Sapphire is very clear that we need to maintain some physical distance when we're together. Not like this. That's not the sort of physical distance that we need to do. But for us at church, we need to be responsible when we gather, and so whenever we're gathering as a church family, let's just be responsible in this space, and let's honour the government, let's honour the health department, let's honour each other, and keep some distance. Let's be appropriate in that. So they're talking about social distancing. That's a difficult thing for Janita and I to get our heads around when we really feel the mandate that God's given us is to be addressing social isolation and to really be looking at connecting more. And so I just want to remind you that physical distance does not mean emotional distance. It doesn't mean spiritual distance.
Nope.
No, in fact, it means that we need to even work harder at emotional connection and spiritual connection. And that's what we're going to be doing as a church. We're going to be looking to connect. Thank God we've already got our app. We've got our Daily Bread reading program, which helps to connect us spiritually to the Lord and to each other on that journey. We've got our life groups. In our life groups, we are going to have to exercise some of that physical distancing, and in those smaller groups, at the moment we are allowed to meet like that. But if you don't feel safe in that environment, if you're sick or unwell out of love for others, just distance yourself from that. Don't come. Stay home. That's the bottom line.
You're sick, stay home.
We can't afford to be spreading illness at this point in time, and it's just out of love for each other. Let's not do that. But certainly, if you do feel vulnerable and you're worried about those things, then it's quite understandable and quite fair to distance yourself from those life group meetings and from our weekly church gathering. At the weekly church gathering, we're going to space the chairs out a little bit more. We have a remit from the club. They are cleaning their surfaces. They're doing extra cleans, and they will have hand sanitizer and so on there for us. So we're going to make sure we hand sanitize, wash our hands regularly, and just follow through on the protocols that we've been given, on the process that we've been given. In a crisis like this, it's really important that we follow the process. The process is not complicated. Connect with God, hear from the Lord, move in faith. When you feel fear rising, get the information you need from the right resource, from the right people. We've been talking to the club CEO and the club staff, the club OHS people directly. And then we've spoken to the ACC and the people involved in that the people who advise directly, and then also the health department. So got the information from the right source. Social media, Dr. Google, that's not the place to be getting your information right now. Be wary of information overload. That's not going to help you either. So
the gist of it is...
Sorry.
The gist of it is... Church will be on this Sunday at Club Sapphire, upstairs at 5 p.m. and we will be there, and unless you are sick or vulnerable, then we hope that you will be there with us, worshipping our Lord. Perhaps we might spend some time this Sunday in prayer.
Absolutely.
About this particular virus. But we will live stream. So for those of you who need to stay away, if you're sick or vulnerable, you can still tune in at 5 p.m. We will go live and you'll be able to pray with us. And also I just want to say that if there's anything you need, maybe some shopping dropped off, or because I'm dying to go and battle Woolworths, I'd do it for you though. So if there's anything you need, if you are feeling vulnerable and isolating, then just send me a text, let me know what you need, flick me your address and I'll get it to you as quickly as I can. If you need a meal or whatever's going on.
It might not be Janita, we may get someone else too. But
he's only saying that because I'm a bad cook. But we love you guys, we're for you, we're standing with you. We are going to continue to pray and worship our Lord in this space no matter what is going on. So we're with you and we hope to see you on Sunday, but if you can't be there, we get it. We understand why, and we'll see you online.
Love you guys.
Love you.
See you soon.
Bye.